Welcome back to the Traders Network Show, broadcasting worldwide from Greenwich, Connecticut. I'm Matt Bird. We're here at the 2019 Greenwich Economic Forum, and my next guest is Jay Madia. He's the head of risk assets at Access Capital. Jay, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Matt.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So you've had the luxury, you've been inside in the forum, you've been watching the panels, you've been watching the thought leaders out there. We got about between 7 and 18 trillion under management in this room right now. To be in my eyes and ears for a second, what are you seeing that's going on inside?
Well, we just had the first panel with Ray Dalio and Paul Tudor Jones, and I think it was an excellent panel. You don't really see this in too many other conferences, too many other locations. They spoke very freely with each other. They weren't afraid to talk about some of the hardest, some of the most difficult topics, one of which is wealth disparity.
You know, I know that the governor and the mayor had talked about their foundation and some of their impact initiatives. Can you tell me a little bit about what they touched on?
Yeah, they did. I think Governor Lamont talked about modernizing the state of Connecticut, modernizing government, bringing in new technology, and Peter Tessie, I think, and they sort of embarrassing him up there. He was the longest running mayor of the town of Greenwich, which itself is one of the oldest towns in the country. So he's leaving office, and he has a lot of ideas himself. But Peter, one of the important things he did is he put together an economic advisory committee for our town, and that's the committee that this conference was actually born from last year.
And you know, speaking of which, and we had the pleasure of interviewing the head of the Economic Development Commissioner earlier, David, and this is the beginning of a series of economic development public-private partnerships.
Yes, that's right. And that's a topic that I think people are going to touch on a number of times during this conference. So we'll wait to see what they say.
So, Ray, from your stance, why is this event important to you guys?
It's important because, well, I'm here really as a volunteer. I've been volunteering for Peter's Economic Advisory Committee for about 8 years with Jim and Bruce. Jim and Bruce are the two co-founders of this event. It was their kind of bright idea last year to start it. This is our second year. It's important because, one, it really just showcases the town of Greenwich, showcases some of our strengths and some of our people. It brought together so many people who really love this town. And then it's brought people from all over the world. I think you mentioned 18 trillion in assets under management. You know, a third of that is from China, a quarter of that is from Europe. We have a sister city relationship with Hangzhou in China. We have a delegation that came in from there. So it's really brought, in one sense, it's brought the world here to the town of Greenwich, and so it's really a special event.
Well, I got to tell you, it is special, and as somebody who covers the WEF in Davos each year, I can tell you that there are a lot of familiar faces here. It was actually quite surprising to see the impact and the influencers that you were able to amass in this room. I got to give you credit, Jay. You did a really good job.
Thanks a lot. I mean, it was obviously a team effort, but when we started last year, one of our first anchors was Ray Dalio, and without his right. leadership and his name on the event, I think it would have been difficult for us to get it started. And so last year was our first year, and this year I think you're right. We have a lot of really great people who have come here.
Jay, thanks so much for having us down here today. I really appreciate it. You've been terrific. I know there's some people calling you. I think you're jumping in. Are you speaking a little bit later?
I'm going to be speaking tomorrow on the institutional master.
Oh, we can't wait to cover that. I know we're covering the main panel as well. So anyways, thanks for coming down. Jay Madia, the head of risk assets over at Access Capital. Jay, thanks for coming down. We'll be right back after these messages. Special thanks out to our syndicated partners, ABC, NBC, Fox, and CBS. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't go away.
The 2019 Greenwich Economic Forum is brought to you by Bridgewater Associates. Meaningful work, meaningful relationships. Churchill Asset Management, Nuveen, a leading provider of senior and unitranche debt to middle market companies. Ropes and Gray, bright past, brilliant future. Aurora Capital, inspiring partnerships. And Gramercy Funds Management, we are emerging markets. Special considerations to Bank of America, life's better when we're connected. Noah Private Wealth Management, a leading wealth and asset management service provider in China. Goutai Jinan Futures, a leading brokerage firm for commodity futures and financial futures in China. China Industrial Securities, a comprehensive financial group providing full-spectrum financial services in Hong Kong. And Titan Advisors, built like a hedge fund. Special thanks to the Financial Times and Greenwich Business Institute for hosting us. And thank you to all the sponsors who helped make this event possible. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't go away.